628. That's the number of days since my last commercial flight. But it's all about to change today as we're taking Swoop Airlines 737-800 from Toronto to Edmonton, Alberta. So sit back, relax, grab some snacks, and come watch this video and fly with us as we take on the Swoop Airlines experience. Let's go. We begin our journey at Toronto Pearson International Airport, where Swoop, like all the other non-Star Alliance members, departs out of Terminal 3. Swoop is a Canadian ultra-low-cost carrier and a subsidiary of the famous WestJet Airlines. Launched in 2017, the Calgary-based airline operates under a different business model, catering to the market of low-fare, low-frills air travel. Similar to another famous low-cost Canadian airline, Flair Airlines, Swoop charges a cheap base fare which guarantees customers a seat. That's right, just a seat. Everything else from seat selection, carry-on and checked bags, food, drinks, and more come with a fee. Many customers have taken their complaints online and write one-star reviews about baggage charges, but know that if you want to avoid any luggage fees, the only thing you can bring is a personal item, which includes purses, smaller backpacks, or laptop carriers. A reminder that a carry-on is not the same as this personal bag. Our flight brings us westbound, over the Great Lakes and Thunder Bay before crossing into the provinces of Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta, arriving from the northeast into Edmonton, Alberta. Getting to Toronto Pearson Airport can be achieved by various methods. Our trip today was on board the Go Transit Go Bus route that goes into Terminal 1. Other transportation routes include the TTC UP Express MyWay buses, and of course you can take a cab service directly into the airport as well. With a scheduled departure of 1:40 in the afternoon, there seemed to be a slight issue. Our aircraft registered Charlie Golf X-Ray Romeo Whiskey had only just left Edmonton around half an hour ago. Without needing to check live Swoop updates, it was evident that a delay was undoubtedly required. Sure enough, our departure was pushed back to 3 p.m. Now, I personally don't mind delays as it gives us a chance to explore the airport a little more and take in the vibes for a little longer, but it was evident that some of my fellow passengers were less than impressed. After more than a year since my last commercial flight, arriving into Toronto Pearson was nothing short of exciting. It's nice seeing traffic return to hubs such as Toronto as we hope for a recovery in the industry.
You have no idea how good it feels to be back in an airport after 628 days.
628 days?
Yeah, since...
a year and... no.
Yeah, it's over a year, well over a year. Alright, so we just got to the airport and we're in this massive elevator. That's all I have to say, really. But yeah, I'm really excited to finally get out of here. So we have to take out of Terminal 1, we've got to take it all the way to, take a SkyTrain all the way to 3, so it's going to be a bit of a hop.
Taking the SkyTrain over to Terminal 3 was a breeze, and soon enough we were back to the much missed sights and sounds of the departure section of Toronto Pearson. After over a year of staying grounded, it felt extra special to be able to join the host of travelers on a flight out of Toronto.
Hi there. How you doing? I'm good. I just had a All right, sure. Thank you, appreciate it. All right, thank you.
Security at Pearson was also a breeze, and we got through it in less than 10 minutes. I'd recommend coming earlier though, as I've seen videos of current times where these lines can take much longer. Airside, it was time to explore the different array of shops, restaurants, and take in the vibe of the busier aprons. Our gate, Bravo 41, is close to the WestJet traffic, and the 737 Next Gen was a prevalent feature of this part of the airfield. You might recall this gate was the same gate that I departed out from the last time I took a flight from Toronto Pearson, which was in 2019 where I filmed the Air Transat A321neo review. I'm trying my best to get new footage for you guys, so here's a scene of me lounging around at the gates, trying my best not to seem awkward looking towards my camera. If you're wondering why this guy is appearing in this video so much, that's because he's my friend, traveling together to Edmonton, so don't be surprised by his many cameos throughout this video. After a lengthy wait, our aircraft was ready for boarding, hauling us back to Edmonton, Alberta.
Hi there, how you doing?
Good, good. Could you lower your mask?
Yep, for sure.
Have a nice day.
Thank you very much.
Our plane registered Golf X-Ray Romeo Whiskey is a 6-year-old Boeing 737-800 named #Bob. Swoop, like many other airlines, names their aircraft, and we got this rather nice name for our plane.
Hi there, how you doing? Thank you.
As you board, the cabin crew hands each passenger a wet wipe to clean your area. Walking down the rows of filled seats, we made it over to our seat, 22A. It's a window seat located just behind the wing, allowing for some nice views of the outboard and inboard surfaces such as flaps and ailerons. Swoop charges for seat selection during your booking, and prices depends on the location of the seat you choose. If you wish to pay nothing, you will be randomly assigned a seat when you check in. Swoop's 737s are all outfitted in an all-economy layout, with 189 standard economy seats arranged in a normal 3-3 configuration, with a seat pitch ranging between 29 to 36 and width 17. The right sides of rows 1 to 7 have extra legroom, whilst the emergency exit rows obviously come with this perk as well. Coming in at 6 feet or 183 centimeters, I found the legroom to be pretty tight. If it wasn't for my excitement, I would have felt a lot more uncomfortable around my knees, as there was not a lot of room, especially with my bag under my feet. Without any amenity kit or IFE to review, get comfortable and enjoy this comprehensive seat tour. Well, as comprehensive as I can get for such a regular seat. But hey, it's a new airline, so here we go. The overhead bins are average sized, and each seat is similar to the typical WestJet economy seat. They're modern but quite thin. I'd imagine for a flight longer than 4 hours it might get quite uncomfortable for some. A small armrest is available and the headrest is adjustable. The literature pocket includes a safety card, air sickness bag, and no magazine or paper menu. Everyone gets a personal reading light and air nozzle though, which is good, and a good 737 window with proper window shades. Additionally, for a low-cost carrier, I found this thing to be quite welcoming. Every seat includes a, get this, working power socket, which can charge my phone very well. I know some big airlines where the socket doesn't even work. I'm looking at you, Air Canada. The tray table is extendable, and its size is great for a small laptop or just some food. Nothing fancy, but very useful and practical. That seems to be the gist of Swoop. They're not fancy, they're not terrible, they're simply practical and get the job done. If you want a loo review, stay tuned for my return flight on Swoop, where I did film the washroom, quite comprehensively in fact. Spoiler alert though, it was nothing fancy. Before long, it was time to taxi out to runway 23, making a westward departure out of Toronto Pearson. The weather was overcast with rain, visibility limited, but the climb out was quite smooth. The full takeoff will be posted and linked right here.
Can you still see?
Yeah, I can see.
Great.
Alright, this is the part. Like roller coaster. Let's go, boy.
A quick word on the lack of an IFE. I didn't give it much thought at first, but I quickly realized just how difficult it is to know where you are without a map. The entire cabin was void of any TV screens, and I did not know how to purchase Swoop Wi-Fi, so if anyone watching knows, please comment below. This slightly took some pleasure away from an otherwise fantastic flight, but still, hey, the sights at 36 and 38,000 feet more than sufficed. After takeoff, the crew came around for a quick service. As mentioned, all food and drinks including water comes at a charge. Many passengers bought something to eat, and knowing me, I had to get something to drink, so I had to get a ginger ale to drink. Paired with the extraordinary views of Western Ontario, I'd say it was money well spent.
So we're about halfway through, maybe even more than halfway across, and there's been sporadic clouds. There's been clouds on and off really, so you can see some of the winter lands of northern Ontario and Manitoba. It looks pretty cool because there's a lot of snow there and there's no snow in Toronto. but also there's been a lot of cloud layers, so you can't really see what the ground looks like right now. So yeah, it's been pretty good. The crew are fantastic, really. I think the service has been good. In terms of comfort, it's a little tight. The seats are not as comfortable as, you know, some big plush seats, and for a 4-hour flight, it's not bad. It's really not bad.
Before long, we were gifted a beautiful view of the golden sunset over Western Canada. Crossing into 2 new time zones, the sun gradually set on us and gave me this time to take a moment and reflect on just how much I've missed air travel. It's been well over a year, and that flight on the classic Dash 8 was a quick hop at only 9,000 feet, so this was way different. Aviation truly is a beautiful experience, and I'm glad to see travelers making their return to the air. As the day turned to night, our flight was about to conclude, as we neared the city of Edmonton, Alberta. After a turbulent descent through the clouds, we made our final turn into Edmonton for an approach to runway 20. With that, I think it's time to give my thoughts on the Swoop experience. From the viewpoint of someone who wants a cheap fare from one place to another, I feel Swoop gets the job done more than adequately. No, you don't get premium service. In fact, everything else comes extra, but the crew were very attentive and nice, the flight felt very safe, and the cabin seemed clean enough. I know that there are plenty of poor reviews on this airline, but from what I've experienced on this flight, I thankfully am able to say it went smoothly. With a fleet of only 10 planes, any cancelled flights will be difficult to immediately rebook, but if it's just delayed, I think you should be good to go. For what you're paying, this airline is definitely worth the cheap fare. For a full rating and review, check out the description below. Thank you very much for joining me on this Swoop experience. I hope you enjoyed the review and learned a little bit about what you can expect with this low-cost airline. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and subscribing, as these quick clicks for you mean a great deal for me and motivates me to film more videos like this. Very Merry Christmas to everyone, and I hope that you all stay safe, travel safe, and until next time, cheerio!
Take care.
Thank you, good night. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
This is the final boarding call for Air Canada, flying 174 to Toronto.
Alright everyone, so I think that about wraps up today's video review. We just got over to our hotel, had dinner, and that's about it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys enjoyed coming along and flying Swoop with us. It was an overall decent experience. There were some cons to it, but overall it was a nice chance to get back in the air again. Stay tuned for our next video sometime soon, which will showcase how consistent Swoop really is, because we're taking their 738 back over to Toronto again. So stay tuned for that review coming up soon. But other than that, until next time, aviators, hope you all stay safe, travel safe, and have a great day, everyone. Cheerio!